leave for Bangkok in less than 3 weeks, and I am so excited to get out of Dodge and get to higher ground where it's safer and saner, and the cost of living and the weather are better, and I can luxuriate in spa treatments and delicious food and a beautiful home and build my life there. Hi, my name is Elle. I am also known as the Empress of Ease and the creator of the House of Ease, where I help ambitious women create lives of success and abundance and prosperity from a place of ease instead of exhaustion. Welcome. I'm so very glad that you're here. If you want to start getting back in alignment with yourself from a place of ease, I have a totally free toolkit called the Burnout Recovery Toolkit, where there are some really powerful practices that will help you step back into ease and alignment and create the joy and the life that you desire without overwork, without overwhelm, without exhaustion or burnout. So check out the link below for the Burnout Recovery Toolkit. I think you will thoroughly enjoy it. As I said, I'm preparing to move abroad to Bangkok, Thailand in less than 3 weeks. And today's conversation, I'm going to be telling you about why I chose Bangkok in particular. Behind me right here is Zion. You might see his head or his tail pop up as we're having this conversation. I've talked about moving to Bangkok before, how I'm preparing, why I'm going, the things that I'm doing, and what I plan to be experiencing there. I'll put all the links for those videos in the description below, so you don't have to click off to watch those videos now. It feels like things in the US are not getting better politically, socially, economically, or otherwise, and it is time for me to go. I am no longer on the trail or the train of improving this country. My ancestors and elders have done an incredible job of contributing to the growth and the power of the United States of America in multiple ways, from military to enslavement to political organizing to education and so much more. Thankfully, I don't feel wedded or indebted to pouring into this country any more than I already have or my ancestors or elders have. They have gone above and beyond to contribute to the United States of America, and I quite frankly, have nothing left to give, because there are greener pastures that are more humane, more loving, safer, sounder, and where I can actually thrive as a Black woman. I'm starting my trip in Bangkok, Thailand, where I will be for approximately a month. Then I'm going to go to Vietnam for a little bit and Malaysia for a little bit, and then see where I want to be long term so that I can bip and bop and explore Southeast Asia more in depth. But in the meantime, if you're thinking about moving to Thailand in general, or Bangkok specifically, or Southeast Asia at large, today's conversation, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things that we may not necessarily think about why I have decided to move to Thailand. And these may be things that haven't been on your radar, but that you might think about or value or benefit from nonetheless. Off top, we already know cost of living. And although the US dollar is declining, it still goes farther in Thailand than it will in the United States. Even though I could ball out for less in Thailand, I don't really want to spend a ton of money for the lifestyle that I desire. I look forward to spending less money for a more luxurious lifestyle, which I'll talk about in a little bit more detail in just a little bit. So that's off top, right? Cost of living. The other thing that I'm excited about is food. I love food. I am a Taurus. I know we have the reputation for loving to eat, and I am no exception. I love delicious food. I love Thai food. I love street food. I've lived in Thailand before, but I lived in Chiang Mai, which is northern Thailand, in more of a mountainous area, and the food is so delicious. So I look forward to living somewhere with low cost of living and delicious food and access to street food regularly around the clock. The another reason that I'm looking forward to being in Bangkok, Thailand in particular, is because I love spa treatments, body work, massages. I love to being well taken care of in my physical body. And Thailand and Vietnam, which I'm going to, as I mentioned, after Thailand, that's just a cultural norm. Body work, massage, all of that is just normal and part of the culture. So I look forward to being somewhere that I can call someone to my house to come give me a massage for not a lot of money. And I can go to massagers and spas. And you'll be seeing a lot of spa, luxury, body work, treatment on this channel. That's part of what I'm doing. In addition to my food content, I will also be talking about spas and luxury and massage and all that jazz on this channel. There's a channel here on YouTube called TJ Stories, and he's a Korean national, but he lives in Bangkok, and he's done some spa treatment videos. In a couple of his videos, he mentions this website app called GoWabi, where you can get discounted prices on spa treatments, massages, facials, all kinds of different things. And so, of course, As someone who loves luxury but doesn't want to spend a ton of money, I have signed up for this website and have made the list of the places that I want to go to get body treatment, body work, and save money. Because ain't no need to overspend if you ain't got to. You know what I'm saying? So I'll put the link to one of his videos below if you're interested so you can check it out as well. So that's off top, right? I need to be somewhere with low cost of living, delicious food, where I can get body treatment, where I can really have a life of ease and peacefulness and allow my nervous system to recover. Because I feel like so often I've been on edge, not even intentionally, because I'm actually a pretty mellow person. But as James Baldwin said, to be a Negro in this country and to be relatively conscious is to be in a state of rage almost all of the time. It's a beautiful quote. It's a powerful quote, and it's a real quote. So even though I'm very chill most of the time, I'm also not going to just tolerate people being cruel or racist or harmful to me. And in this current climate, and I'm not just saying this theoretically, I'll put a video right here where I talk about why I'm leaving Seattle in particular and the racism that I've experienced living in this, in the building that I live in particular. I'll put the link right here so you can watch that video. I'll also put the link in the description so that you can check it out later. But I don't like having my guard up all the time. I don't like being self-protected all the time. I want to be somewhere where I feel safe, where I don't have to feel like the world is trying to get me, and I'm not exaggerating and I'm not being hyperbolic and I'm not making things up, but actually where people are harmful. That video that I mentioned about Seattle shows one of my neighbors in this building attempting to burglarize my apartment. And yes, she still lives here. So it's time to go. It's time to go. So those are some of the broad strokes, but something that you may not know about Thailand in particular is that it has never been colonized. And to me, that is one of the most important and powerful things about the country. I've lived all over the world. I've traveled to and or lived in 26 countries, some of which have been colonized. I've lived in Rwanda, which was colonized. I've lived in Togo, West Africa, which was colonized. I've lived in Mexico, which was colonized. They speak colonial languages. I, as a Black American, speak English, which is also a colonial and colonizer language. But Thailand has never been colonized. They speak Thai in Thailand. And that is something very powerful for me culturally and energetically and spiritually. They are a Buddhist nation predominantly. And so to be somewhere that has never been colonized and speaks their own language is a very powerful thing energetically. I look forward to living there again for a longer term and really settling into a nation that feels sovereign unto itself. I look forward to living somewhere where you can feel the difference. Even living in Mexico, which I thoroughly enjoyed both times that I lived there, there is something specific about speaking a colonizer language in a different country. So I look forward to the food, the spa treatments, relaxation, and really giving myself permission to recalibrate and rewire and nourish my nervous system. A friend asked me today, do you feel weary? Because she lives in Mexico and she's been experiencing some weariness as things are changing and looking for a new home and all that. And I'm like, I haven't given myself permission to feel weary yet. And I'm not going to feel weary because I'm resting. I'm moving slowly. I'm being intentional and deliberate with my energy so that I can get to Bangkok and then rest. My spa treatments will already be scheduled. I already have my Airbnb booked for the first month. My Airbnb will pick me up from the airport and take me to the destination. So I am padding in as much as I possibly can to be super well rested and at ease so that when I arrive in Bangkok, I don't have to hit the ground running. There's nothing that I have to do. If I want to sleep in for a few days, if I want to rest for a week or two and not get out of bed and just eat delicious food and enjoy the heat and the sunshine, that also is fine for me. The neighborhood I'm going to be in is a quiet, more artsy, trendy neighborhood. And so I'm excited to be exploring that neighborhood, but I'm not in a rush. I'm not in an urgency, but there are things that I have to do here before I get to Bangkok. And I want to do that with as much intention and deliberateness and preparation so that when I arrive in Bangkok, I can just slide in and rest. But more important, probably than all of that, any of that, is that moving abroad to Bangkok is going to allow me to actually create the life that I want on my own terms. The things I want to do, how I want to create my life, are available in Thailand and are just more financially accessible. I've already looked at dance classes, fitness classes, restaurants, spas, things that I want to do to craft a really well-rounded life are available for me without the glaring overculture of white supremacist delusion that dominates the United States. It might be there in spurts, right? But it's not the dominant overculture, which gives me more breath and more freedom. And it has been a sometimes really challenging, really hard process to get me to this point where I can leave. I'm not giving up my apartment in Seattle, for example, but 6 months of my rent are paid. So I'll be able to leave and not have to worry about paying my rent here. Maybe I'll get a subletter. Maybe I won't, but I just know that frees me up to be out and about, bipping and bopping and enjoying my life in the world without having to worry about sending money back home to paying rent in Seattle. So I look forward to creating a life based in Southeast Asia that I just cannot create here, because the things I love to do and love to spend money on and the frequency that I want to spend money on them are just not in that same budget in the States as it is in Thailand. That's one. But also the culture of Thailand is just easier. The value of joy is higher. The value of competition and violence is higher in the States, and those are not my values. So I look forward to being somewhere that I can be in a place of ease and joy and pleasure without breaking the bank, without overspending, without overdoing, without overgiving, without overtaxing myself. I have not finished packing yet. I am still have a lot to do, but I'm not rushed and I'm not urgent because I'm a terrible packer. I hate packing off top. Like that's just the facts. But at the same time, I don't want to exhaust myself in preparation for going. So I'm doing my best to prepare to go without burning myself out or exhausting myself. I'm pacing myself, which actually feels really good. Are you thinking about moving abroad? If so, where are you going? Did you know that Thailand had never been colonized before? Have you lived in Thailand? Have you visited? Are you thinking about going again? I have all kinds of goals and things I want to do there. I'll share more videos about all my adventures there and my goal achieving process once I actually land. I don't really like talking too much about what I'm going to do before I get there. Thank you for being here. Kap kun ka, which means thank you in Thai. Kap kun ka. And I'll see you in my next video. Check out this video right here if you want to know how I'm preparing to move abroad. I'm doing things that I've never done before to ensure that I have everything I need to have, because these are unprecedented times and I don't need to get caught up in the rapture or caught up in the mix. So check out this video right here and I will see you next time. Bye for now.